Joining me now is North Dakota Senator John Hoeven with more on this. So, Senator, the latest example is an ex-post by Dan Goldman, the congressman from New York, saying, I spoke to somebody in her 60s who told me that her ACA premium is more than doubling because Republicans refuse to extend the tax subsidies for low-income Americans. But here is what Democrats promised us when they signed on to Obamacare, the so-called Affordable Care Act, about a dozen years ago. Roll tape.
A lot of Americans will pay significantly less for their insurance than they do now. 95% of uninsured Americans will see their premiums cost less than was expected.
Millions of Americans are seeing lower cost and higher coverage thanks to the Affordable Care Act.
Well, Senator, the premiums have not gone down. They have tripled. They have gone up 3 times with Obamacare. That was an absolute lie that they were selling us. I've never seen snake oil sold more successfully or for a higher cost than what they did. And now they're blaming Republicans for the rates going up.
Exactly. David, the one thing we know for sure about the so-called Affordable Care Act is that it's the Unaffordable Care Act. And then to add insult to injury, during the coronavirus shutdown, then the Democrats, with only Democrats' votes, passed the Inflation Reduction Act. That's what they called it, but we know it was the Inflation Acceleration Act. Both are marches to socialized medicine.
That's right.
And so the payments go direct, and they aren't tax credits. They're payments to insurance companies. They don't even go to the individuals themselves. They go directly to insurance companies. And the one thing we know that as they march us towards socialized medicine, costs are skyrocketing. Medical inflation is skyrocketing. And of course, now they want to say, if you don't keep feeding the beast, then it's your fault, rather than reforming the program, which is what we're trying to do.
And I'm not generally a conspiracy theorist, but I think they knew that at the time. They knew this was not, right from the get-go, it wasn't about lowering costs. It was about getting more and more people hooked onto the government system as getting the camel's nose under the tent, getting us into socialized medicine. And by the way, now even the Washington Post editorializes against socialized medicine that they see in Britain. That's what they want to do. They want the British socialized medical system here, and it is an abject failure in Britain.
It's been a failure everywhere. Socialism a failure everywhere it's tried, and that's what's driving the cost up so much. And that's why in the reforms that we're trying to make right now, to take away this argument the Democrats are trying to put forward, is the reforms that we would set up health savings accounts and provide that assistance to people on a means-tested basis so they can make a cost-purchase decision and actually start to bend down that medical inflation curve. And we want to do it right now, and we will do it if Democrats don't block us.
Well, one thing the Democrats can't mess up is energy. Right now, the president has us on a perfect path to prepare for the tremendous increase we're going to need in energy for AI, the AI revolution. And North Dakota is playing a key role in that. But I'm wondering, as the price goes down, I think today oil closed about 57 a barrel for West Texas. Do we get to that dangerous area where for producers of oil, it costs more to produce it than for what you can sell it?
Well, one of their keys is that we're innovating all of the time. And we're doing a lot with enhanced oil recovery, with new technologies, not only with hydraulic fracturing, but directional drilling. All these things help us bring the cost curve down so we can produce more energy, at a lower cost with the best environmental stewardship. And we're doing that on a continuous basis. The other thing you mentioned with AI is we're producing a lot more natural gas, which we use to power plants so that we can produce a lot more electricity. And so when you mentioned our state is a big part of it, we are. And yeah, we're bringing those costs down dramatically. People are seeing it at the pump. Gasoline about $2.50 across a lot of our states now, well below $3. When the president came in, it was well over $3. And so we'll continue to bring that energy cost curve down with these new technologies.
But is there a point at which people will start closing some of the wells because they simply can't sell it to recoup the capital that goes into making it?
You know, David, that's why it's so important that working with the Trump administration, we are cutting taxes and we're cutting regulations,
Yes.
producing more supply. You want to talk affordability? That's how you create more affordability. And so what you're seeing is growth. This past year, growth in GDP, bringing the inflation rate down, and now people are going to get bigger tax refunds across the board.
Right.
At reducing energy prices, that's how we make things affordable and create more productivity in our country.
North Dakota Senator John Hoeven, Happy New Year, Senator. It's a good
Happy New Year.
story. It's a really good story.